And you know this. You know you got to operate off something different. You've been hearing it. You just use the word, I can't. I can't learn that. I can't do this. I don't have time. You do. You can make time. You can learn something. Remember, where there's life, there's hope. You learned your job. You didn't know your job when you first started. You had to learn it. And you didn't learn it in one day. Okay? So every day you get up to work, and I'm letting you know this is mandatory. You got to prepare yourself. Great day, another day, another opportunity. Super excited to be here with you, ladies and gentlemen. But I got to dive right into this information because I don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. So much going on in the world. But great day, another opportunity. I'm so excited that you got your gift, because if you're looking at this YouTube video right now, you are so blessed. You and I both, because we're breathing, and where there's life, there's hope. And I want to dive right into this information because I want us all to be prepared for what's happening. And we have to understand that change is so important. There's so much going on. A lot of people aren't paying attention. Some people don't care. Some people don't even know the devastation of the things that are taking place globally, but what has just recently took place, and which was already foretold to happen. We got to put ourselves in a good position to be prepared now. So I want you to do this right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. I want you to do this right now. Get prepared and change your mindset. You have to change your mindset. It is so important today. We can't keep operating off what we've been taught. It's not going to work. The school system information is not going to work. What our parents have taught us, unless our parents have given us some real information, real history, real future events that are not going to take place but are actually taking place right now, we got to erase all that information. This is if we want to prosper. If you just want to go along to get along and just go with the ride on how things are going, then this information isn't for you. But if you want to prosper and benefit from the recession that we're in, from the depression that we're heading into, this isn't fear-based. Look around you, you see it. You got to change your mindset. You got to operate off something completely different from what was downloaded in the first 7 years of your life. That information was passed down from generation to generation to you and I, to where we are today. Okay? So you got to work on changing your mindset right now. Prepare today, because the mind is what's going to get you through this stage of change that the world is going through. Now, another key thing, ladies and gentlemen, is you got to work on your health. You can't be dependent on a system that's based off of making money off our ignorance. You can't. Pharmaceutical is not here to say. Now, in certain situations, the medicine will put a bandage on you so you won't bleed too much. I say that more in a figurative speech, meaning that the medication will not correct your issues. What's going to correct your issues is you changing your mindset to understand that this country that we're living in, America, is not based off of you being healthy. Your sickness is benefit for their pockets. Okay? That's major cash flow for a billion or maybe $1 trillion industry to keep you sick. And it all begins as a baby coming out of the womb. As soon as you're injected, these things start to develop in the body, such as sinus issues and all these other colds, to keep you from getting things. Look, I may be veering off because this is a financial channel, but you can't have wealth without health. It's the first wealth. So I don't want to go too deep into that, but you got to change your lifestyle. You got to stop eating so much. You got to stay out of these poison restaurants with these chemical fast food. It's not even real foods. Why are our people looking so obese with deformity in their obesity? So you got to work on your health. You got to exercise. You don't need a gym membership. You can work out right in your living room. You can go on YouTube and find someone like I have myself, a gentleman named Chris Heron, if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. But I've been working out with him for years and keeping up my health. Okay? But you got to take care of your health. Feel free to reach out to me. My information will be in the description. If you want a system on how to take care, it is free, how to take care of your body. You got to work on that. That is mandatory. Now, as we know, jobs are disappearing. I know they always say, well, a robot's going to take your job. Well, no. Artificial intelligence, AI, is really replacing and will replace a lot of jobs. It's all over, I like to say, YouTube. Because the fake news we need to stay away from. We'll go into that briefly. But you can't be dependent on your job. I've said this before and I'm going to continue to say it. Get a new skill. Learn how to become a content creator. Learn how to solve problems for people. You may already be a problem solver. You may already be an understanding of people's health is bad. You can fix that with information and a natural substance. You may know that relationships are going down the drain. You may be able to fix those relationships. Okay? You may understand, like myself, that people need the knowledge on money and they need to know how to preserve it, keep it, and grow it. Those are the three major things. So you can learn to develop a skill of creating content for someone, shooting videos for a person, recording them, such as a lawyer. You can find a law office, and major thing is law offices don't know marketing. You could be the person to help them, as an example. But you got to get a new skill. Learn a trade. Trades are better than jobs because people are going to always need plumbing, electrical work, and all of the other things that I don't know of. I'm a student, I'm learning, but get a trade, get a skill that's going to always be needed because you and I do not have job security. They're going away. On top of companies just downsizing, companies laying off, companies selling, no business is being generated from some companies. Many companies, millions have lost their jobs already. And really, a lot don't want to go back to work. And the benefits that the government give, that's not going to always be there for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. It's not. So we got to learn to do for ourselves, develop new skills so we can move forward in all of the chaos and volatility that's going on. But you can shine. You can shine, but I'm letting you know you got to operate off something completely different. And you know this. You know you got to operate off something different. You've been hearing it. You just use the word, I can't. I can't learn that. I can't do this. I don't have time. You do. You can make time. You can learn something. Remember, where there's life, there's hope. You learned your job. You didn't know your job when you first started. You had to learn it. And you didn't learn it in one day. Okay? So every day you get up to work, and I'm letting you know this is mandatory. You got to prepare yourself. You have one source of income. You may have a retirement. Okay? But what about all that's going on that's putting your retirement in jeopardy? It's attached to the stock market. You don't have control of that. You can have control of your retirement, but you got to put yourself in different atmospheres, different environments, different systems that you control. There's no other way, great people. So you know you got to make that change, and you know you got to get something new in your life as far as skills to be able to generate income. So just imagine this. You retire. How is your retirement? I want you to retire. But how is your retirement going to keep up with inflation? Just since all of the things that's been taking place, missiles being launched, war ramping up, gas has just jumped up 25, 50 cents, some places $1. How is your retirement or cash sitting in a bank really just melting away? How is that going to keep up with inflation? You got to do something different, great people.
Have you ever wondered why the rich get richer while the masses struggle financially? They have an unfair advantage. Unlike you, they have a team of financial experts who ensure they make more money, keep more of the money they make, and that their money makes money for them. And now, you can too. Most Americans can't afford financial experts and have been left to figure it out on their own. We were never taught how to become wealthy in school. Now you know why less than 5% of Americans are considered wealthy. This is why we've created the only lifestyle and legacy company that provides affordable access to your own personal team of financial experts who will handle all the important but complicated financial work for you while guaranteeing your success. Contact the person who shared this video to schedule a lifestyle and legacy conversation today. Your unfair advantage is waiting.
I really should have started off with this along with me mentioning your health. You gotta stock up. Years ago, former President Biden stated that we're going to experience famine in this country. So you have to prepare yourself. This is why I say get prepared now. If you're going to use your credit, use it for some emergency. And then let's come on and learn how we can create residual income to get the credit down while you still work your job, which is a blessing. But if you don't have a job, but you still have means of cash you've been saving, but things are starting to go down here because you don't have anything else coming in, this is when you got to look at creating some more income. But great people, prepare. Get your water stocked up. Get your food stocked up. Get your toilet paper stocked. Don't be one of them, like I've seen pictures of people running in stores for a flat screen TV. We've been so polluted mentally. This is why I say at the beginning of this, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right. You got to get it right now. We're in the change of worlds. An old world of deceit, foolishness, and evil is going out. That's what's happening. And we're going into a new world. You and I won't see this, but our children's children's children may see this. All right? But you and I's legacy can live on, but we got to do something different. So your grandbaby can say, Grandma, I'm just making up a name, Julian. Wow, she put away all this gold and silver for us. She taught us how to grow a garden. See, you're living forever right there. Your legacy is living because you taught something and learned something meaningful and valuable and you passed it on. Agriculture is important. Gold and silver is important. Knowing how to be a gardener or those things are important. So now you're passing these skills on. But you got to prepare. Get all the things that you know you need and put it in the house right now. So you don't be running to a store and when the stores have been wiped out. These things are all, panic buying has already started. It started in Costco's. It's happening in certain areas, certain states. So you put yourself in position. Toilet paper, candles, flashlights, generator, jarred foods, canned foods, water, filters, and so on. Backpacks, just in case you got to get up and go. This is real. And to be completely honest, great people, prepping and doing things to this level in life is not new. We have just been given information that's not based on reality. We've been given history that's not a type of history that we can learn from the past and see certain empires that have done things to the people, that have done things to the society, and what happened to them. So what's going on is just the fall of a country. America's falling, but she has been that serpent in Revelations, and I'm not going to get too spiritual with you, but the serpent has deceived the whole world. So the deception starts with you're given to a system as a baby. And your brain, which is a brain of freedom when you're born, but as soon as you go up into the school, you're fed all of this false information that look how many people are homeless on the street. They come from all different types of situations. But we all, for the most part, I bet you 99% of them went to school. Just imagine going to school, learning something opposite of what we've been taught. History that gives you examples of what's to come when bad things happen. So you will be prepared. But the downloading, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, this downloading has allowed us to be hypnotized that by the time we're 7, 9 years old, we already fixed to want to get a job, to be a fireman, to be a policeman. Nothing wrong with those people. Nothing at all. To be in project management, work for the government. This is what we've been programmed to do. And look at everybody around you. So when we get information now about reality, we just can't let go. And when I hear the numbers of the people that I study, especially Robert Kiyosaki, the numbers, 98% of people won't change. That's damn near everybody. So great people, put yourself in position now. I'm bringing you the water. If you're not thirsty for survival, wealth, success, then this information isn't for you. But if you're thirsty for it, most definitely, this information is for you, and you and your family can benefit from it 100%. Now, by us knowing there's no job security anymore, and if you are blessed to continue with your job and retire, your retirement won't outpace all of the volatility that's going on in this economy. So you're going to have to come back to work if they're jobs, or you may be that champion, which you are, just got to wipe the dust off you, that develop a new skill, a skill that's relevant to the present economy, and you're good. But just know there's no job security, and you got to understand that if you're blessed to have a job, you must do something on the side that's not dependent on your time. Because we got to get out of this debt. This debt is like a chain. The mortgage debt. The car you went and got to impress the people. You went and got a car. A BMW, a Maserati, a Jaguar, a Lexus, a Corvette, and you are working for money. I'm not putting you down. You're not a bad person. You're a great person with great intentions. But you didn't think about what's going on. You got one source of income. You look good. You got that beautiful house. You know, I heard, this may be, you may not. Poor people got flat screens in every room, but rich people have libraries. So which one are you? So we got to get out of this debt. We got to get out of the debt. There may be a little difference between you and I, because now I'm investing, I'm learning new skills, and I've developed new skills where I have clients that I create content for. I know how to go in the market and trade futures. I've become profitable, but I'm working on some things with emotions. I can do better, and I'm at it every day. So that's the difference between you and I. I'm no better than you. But I know that working for money, having a government contract with the government, man, on fire right now for all the stuff that's going on in this world, I'm not going to be dependent on one source of income. So great people, you must understand that you got to develop something else that's going to create income for you so we can get out of this debt, credit card debt. You need something that's going to be working for you while you sleep. And there's several things. I don't have time to go through that on this, but there's several things that can be working for you while you sleep, creating cash flow that will help you get out of your debt, and you'll be able to compound and be debt free. But we have to be disciplined about this approach. It's serious. We got to be debt free rolling into 2026, ladies and gentlemen, because the predictions for this year that we're in right now are not looking too good for those that stay.
In a world where financial freedom seems like a distant dream, one company dares to rewrite the rules. Are you tired of the traditional slow path to wealth? Struggling to make ends meet? Introducing Make Wealth Real, the first lifestyle and legacy company of its kind. MWR has created its own industry, offering a cutting-edge opportunity with a revolutionary compensation plan. For the first time in history, one company can now provide you with everything you need to make more money, keep more of the money you make, and make your money work for you. Our experts do all the financial work for you, eliminating debt, reducing taxes, lowering your monthly bills, raising your credit scores, and more. We also implement the best strategies to save, grow, and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. But that's not all. MWR is the only opportunity that guarantees your success. If we can't save or make you more money than the cost of our membership in 30 days, you get your money back. Earn thousands in weekly lifestyle bonuses, up to $15,000 per day in luxury residual income. And for the first time in history, earn income-generating assets just by referring others. With MWR's exclusive precious metals platform, your wealth grows even while you sleep. Store your precious metals in our partner company's licensed and insured depository and earn monthly profits through lease agreements. This opportunity has never been available to the public before. It's exclusive to MWR. Build your business once and enjoy a passive stream of income for generations. Even if your referrals quit, you keep earning. That's the MWR difference. This isn't just an opportunity, it's a revolution in wealth creation. MWR provides you with everything you need to live the lifestyle you desire now, while leaving a legacy your family will cherish. Imagine financial freedom, time with loved ones, and the peace of mind that comes with true wealth. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Your future self will thank you. Make wealth real, where lifestyle and legacy connect. Schedule your lifestyle and legacy conversation today. Your financial freedom awaits.
One key additive that I've been studying for years, and that's been a great component in my financial life, has been having a home-based business. But as I continue to have home-based business, I didn't know so many of the benefits, the tax breaks that I can receive from having a home-based business, and that I have been receiving. So these are some of the things, even as a business owner, I don't care if you're a doctor, lawyer, high earning income employee. It doesn't matter. You need a home-based business. You need a home-based business that's simple, where you can start writing off your everything. And when I say your everything, I mean a conversation, everything you spending in the store, your square footage of your house, the mileage on your cars, the gas, the repairs, the maintenance, everything is so much more. But you gotta get yourself a home-based business. And if you're looking to see what's out there, okay, feel free to visit my description below and watch that super simple video called Simple. Shift, increase, multiply, protect, and leverage everything. It's an acronym. Because you need a business that's simple. You're blessed to still be working, have your job, or if you don't have a job, but you still have a way to start a home-based business. And our home-based business is only $5 a day. People spend that on coffee a day, more than that. But you run a business that will create, I'll be dead wrong to sit here and explain the blessings that our home-based business puts in front of people. So many benefits. I'm talking about cash flow and assets and debt-free and more. Okay? So you got to have a home-based business if you want to eliminate and release some of the pressure that you're dealing with of paying taxes and not having cash flow coming in from other sources. Now look, your co-workers, your family members, your friends, they're all wonderful people. I mean, it may be some that's cutting up and doing things that they shouldn't be. That's on them. But they, for the most part, good people in your life. Got good intentions. But if you're trying to get to the next level, and you're talking to these people on a daily basis, like every day, you know what I mean? You're on your lunch breaks with them. You're on the phone. Your family members. You're hooking up for the cook. Nothing wrong with cookouts, and but you're not having any type of reality conversations. You know what I mean? You're in your mind. You're thinking, I don't know if my job is going to be here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my 401k is going to be depleted. I don't know. Inflation is rising. How do I fight inflation? Do you even know that you can fight inflation in a simple way? But you're around people that are opposite of what you're thinking about because you really want to change. But you're around people that's drinking, smoking, clubbing, having sex all day, talking foolishness, scrolling on social media. I'm talking to myself. At times I catch myself scrolling. It's not foolishness. I scroll with the subjects and things I like, but it's still time wasted where I could be creating some content. I could be posting. I could be calling and making connections or shooting a video. So you got to be around people that's going to help you elevate. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Get in a room where you don't know what they're talking about, but the first sign of intelligence is to ask questions, and that's what you're going to start doing, because you're going to be amongst individuals who are making $1,000 a day, $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $250,000 a month. You want to get in the room with those people. No, money isn't everything, but it affects everything that we deal with. So it's important. Okay? You want to be in the room with healthy people. You want to be in a room where you see it on their skin. You see it in their body, you see it in their spirit. So if you want to get to the next level, you got to change your environment, great people. You got to stop talking to people that don't want much out of life. And when I say much, the key thing we should be working towards today is freedom. Next level freedom. You deserve it, great people, but you can't get there if you continue to do what everyone else is doing. You're going to get what everyone else is getting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, there's a lot of information out there. It's like information overload, right? But one key thing, you got to stop watching the fake news. Majority of that news I mean, you want to keep up with things, your best bet is to plug into YouTube with channels like Kitco News, channels like Rich Dad Show. You know what I mean? Channels like so many channels, and I'll put some in the description below where you want to watch real information. Okay? You want to see real stuff. You can't even listen to what's going on with all this stuff overseas because they're not going to put you into the know of everything. You didn't know that banks are going away. This is why you got to get your cash out the banks. This is not financial advice. This is only for entertainment purposes only. So I'm not here to give you any advice. This is education. Education and entertainment purposes only. But you want your cash out the bank. It's not growing anyway. So why is it sitting there? Maybe to pay your bills. That's smart. But why is cash in the bank where you have glitches that are happening with the technology? You got banks right now in the process of going insolvent. We're going into a new monetary system. That's when this crash happens, it's going to be a reset because we're going into a new monetary system. That's why it's important to have precious metals, to have silver, to have gold, to have Bitcoin, and to have other things that you can use to barter when those times come up. But stay away from the fake news. So great people, I just want to thank you for your time of tuning in with Demi Sonia with A Rich Education. It's important that we make a change, once again, beginning with the mind and then trickling down. Play this information again. Share this information for someone who needs to hear it. Share it with them, okay? And save this video and like it. Leave a comment or give me a thumbs down. Whatever's on your mind, I want to hear it. So take care, take heed, stay safe, and remember, life is what you make it based on the information you receive, the information you reject, and self-discipline. You all have a great day.